Okay, and welcome back. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at if statements in this lesson. This is a very important lesson because there's a lot of if statements. If statements are comparison statements where if for example two variables compare to be equal, then it will execute a certain block of code. So, for example, let's get going. Let's just dive right into it because it's easier to show you, and then try to kind of explain as we go here. So first we have we're going to declare three variables. Variable A is 5, integer 5. Variable B is integer 10. And variable C is a string of 100. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a look. The if statement here, let me just get rid of this first, and I'll just do another one. Now this is an if statement you can create in your abbreviations, just like we did in one of the previous first lessons. Anyway, moving ahead. First, what we're going to have is the word if, defines it as an if statement. Inside the brackets is going to be the comparison, and if that comparison equals true, then whatever is between these parentheses is going to execute. So, let's do something simple first. Let's do if A is less than B. So, if A, which is 5, is less than B, which is 10, it's going to execute this code, which is going to say, we're going to echo out this statement is true. Okay, so I'm just going to get rid of that because we don't really need that, because I'm going to go through and explain it all for you. So let's save that, and let's go to our browser. Take a look at our browser. We're going to refresh, and statement is true because A is less than 5. So let's do a comparison the other way. Let's do A is greater than B. So if is A greater than B, is 5 greater than 10? No, of course not. So let's save that. Let's go back to our browser, and it doesn't do anything because it's not. It skips this statement completely. It doesn't do anything in between these two brackets and continues on the code. So what we're going to do here is we're going to add an else statement. All we do, very simple, write else, open parentheses, and a closed parentheses. So all this is saying is a bit of logic. It says, if this statement is true, then do this. Then do what's between these two parentheses here. And if it does that, then it's going to skip the else. It won't execute the else. But if this is not true, if for example A is not greater than 5, or not greater than 10, then this is going to be skipped just like we saw the last time, but it's going to do what's inside the else statement. So else, we're going to echo brackets, comma, semicolon. We're going to do this statement is false. We're going to do that. So now let's go back, let's refresh. This statement is false. So now what we can see is it skipped this statement and went to the else statement. Okay, so let's do something else. Those are comparing two variables. Let's do variable C. So if string 100 equals Joe, then this statement is true. Or if C doesn't equal Joe, which we know it doesn't, then it'll say this statement is false. So let's go and save this. Always have to remember to save it. If it's not doing what you want, make sure you saved everything. And we got this